looking at the Renegade Falcon LS, one of the sleekest low-wing light sport airplanes on the market. Hello everyone, this is Paul Bertorelli reporting for AVweb and Aviation Consumer. In this video we'll examine the Falcon and take a test flight with Chaz Perkins. First, what's different about the Falcon? Well, for starters, it's got a Lycoming IO 233, the first airplane to have that engine. And I did say IO, this is a fuel-injected version of Lycoming's LSA engine. Power output is about 115 horsepower, and in an airplane as light as this one, you notice it. It reached pattern altitude by the end of the runway.
I'm in the Renegade Falcon with Chaz Perkins. We're just somewhere east of Lee Summit, I suppose. Chaz, you've demonstrated some of the airplane's strong points, one of which is its visibility. Tell us a little bit about that.
The visibility, the only thing that's in your way in the cabin, obviously, is the panel. Other than that, the canopy cuts really low, and it gives you a nice visibility of the front of the wing, almost to the fuselage, which really aids in finding other aircraft around in airports on cross countries. You've got almost definitely 180, probably more like 270 degree field of view behind you and above you. The only disadvantage is the low wings, so you can't see the ground directly below the wings. But with the roll rate, you can always check and get right back on heading.
And I noticed when we were doing maneuvering, the sight picture it's almost as if you don't have an airplane in front of you. It's
correct.
Even in steep turns. Very different, kind of an all-expansive sight picture.
Yeah, as long as you're sitting in the seat in the proper position and your eye level is above the panel, obviously, when you go into steep turns, everything just gets right out of your way, and all you've got out there is your good horizontal reference. As far as everything else goes, maintaining altitude with visual references to the horizon, it really gives you some prominent points out there on the cowling to fly the airplane. It's a great pilot's airplane. We were talking a little bit earlier about the control feel. Even in a steep turn up to 45, almost 60 degrees of bank, I'm only having to hold about a pound and a half, maybe two, at the steepest turns on the stick. It's really a great airplane. Flies hands off. When we turn the camera around here, you'll see that I've been flying the whole time with two fingers, just pretty much holding the stick center. It flies really great hands off if it's trimmed out correctly. Other than that, you can almost fly it feet off too with the rudder centering springs we talked about earlier.
Now, earlier I tried a couple stalls, a couple aggravated stalls. You got to work to get the brake. You got to get the stick all the way back to the stop almost. And then there is a brake. We had a little bit of left wing fall off. We got a little slight trim issue in this airplane. But what I noticed most about it is the buffet is very pronounced.
Yeah.
And you get it very early, right ahead of the actual stall brake.
I'd say just about 7 to 10 knots early. You start feeling a light buffet. 5 knots before the stall, you're really shaking in your seat.
Let's talk a little bit about cruise speed with the Lycoming 0233. We've got about how much horsepower in this version?
In this version with the electronic ignition, the fuel injection, the crossover exhaust, we haven't dynoed it out, but we think we're right around 124 horsepower.
Okay. So we saw cruise speeds just a little shy of 120 knots.
Yep.
At a high cruise, which was about a little less than, or right around 70%
75% power, huh?
Okay, and then if we pull it back to 55%, then I think we had about 110 knots.
Yeah, we lose about 5 to 10 knots, but we pick it up at fuel savings. Where we were at 8.4 at high power cruise, we were down around 7 with the lower power cruise.
And this airplane, as far as equipment, is typically equipped. It has the Dynon Skyview.
Yep.
It has the Garmin SL40 as a comm. But really, you can add anything you want beyond that.
Yes, you can. My recommendations for additions would be an SL30, so you can have a nav capability for practicing IFR approaches and that kind of thing. As far as equipment for a VFR airplane, I feel like we're over-equipped. We can do anything with this panel. This Skyview does allow weather to be added to the panel. We've got synthetic vision and a full-on engine monitoring system, CHTs, EGTs, and the whole works.
Thanks for the demo, Chaz.
Yeah, no problem. Good flying with you.
This is Paul Bertorelli. We're in the cockpit of the Renegade Falcon LSA. You can find a full review of the Falcon in the February 2012 issue of Aviation Consumer. Thanks for watching.